but you kinda suck. That's okay, so does SJ.
So for those of you who watch this channel, you'll know that I've been playing through FEZ off and on for the past little bit. And for those of you who don't know about FEZ, it's full of puzzles and riddles that you have to solve if you want to see everything that the game has to offer. Now, I promised myself when I first started playing FEZ that I wasn't going to look up any spoilers for the game. I wasn't going to look up any solutions or hints that people have posted online because they are legion, and I didn't want to ruin the game for myself. But one thing that became apparent almost immediately after I started playing the game was that the world of FEZ has a language that I didn't know how to read, and frankly, I wanted to solve that sooner rather than later. Right after the opening scene, you're introduced to a cube that decides to speak to you in what appears to be gibberish. And you can see that here, you can see that here, you can see that here. Now currently I haven't gotten very far into the game, but already I've seen other places in the world of FEZ where this language has cropped up. And I figure if it's at the start and it's in other areas of the game, it's something worth investigating. Now, it's quite possible that somewhere in this massive game there is a place where it teaches you how to figure out what the alphabet is. I don't know. But the point is, there's an easier way to do that right from the start. So without further ado, I introduce you to Saucy Jack's Guide to Cracking the FEZ Alphabet. Now the first thing I did was take some screenshots of the language from my videos so I could crop them and get the language to where it's easy to see and read. Once I had the language screenshots, I made copies of them replacing the symbols with just simple white boxes. Now I'm a scrub and I did this in Paint, and it did take me a bit, so I'm just going to admire this for a hot second. Then I took a look at the first symbol, and I assigned it the letter A. Now, if you're doing this at home on your own, you can assign whatever the heck letter that you want. I just figured it would be easier for me if I went through the alphabet in order. Then I took a look at the next symbol, and I said, hey, you know what? That's not the same as the first one, so I'm going to assign it the letter B. I took a look at the third symbol, and I said, holy crap, that's not the same as either of the first two, so I assigned it the letter C. I took a look at the fourth symbol, and I said, oh my gosh. That is exactly the same symbol as the third symbol, so I also assigned it C. I looked at the fifth symbol and I said, what the heck? This isn't like any of the other symbols, so I assigned it D. I used this method for the whole first block of the language text, and I ended up with this. Then I did the same thing for the second block of text and the third block of text, and I ended up with this. And I gotta tell you, putting in all those little letters and white boxes in Paint is just agony. So I am again going to take a hot second and just bask in how beautiful this picture is. It's so beautiful. Guys, it's so beautiful. Then I did what any self-respecting puzzler would do. I ran it through a cryptogram solver. Now you might be saying, hey Saucy, I thought that you weren't going to look up any spoilers or hints. But I said I wasn't going to look up any spoilers or hints about FEZ, not about cryptograms. So I grabbed my block of ridiculous gibberish text that I'd come up with and pumped it into the site that's put out by the good people of quipquip.com. Wait, quipquip.com. And for anyone who wants to know what the complete block of gibberish text looks like, it looks like this. So with bated breath and with my text box prime with my jibber-jabber language, I pressed solve, and I came up with Free Hat Club, and oi, you're welcome to the alright A-OK from over here, but everything looks of your weird head not work because maybe this would. I kind of thought to meet you now it was very nice. You can go home, thanks for the hand. Which, you have to admit, does not make a whole lot of sense. But at least most of them are words. Based on the actual letters of the alphabet that were left over, I figured two things. First of all, the question mark in enjoy was a J. And secondly, in the FEZ universe, they do it Roman style and use the same letter for U's and V's. Now in the course of making this video, I had an epiphany. Namely, we read English left to right, top to bottom, and we've already seen language in this configuration in this game. But when we see the gibberish language on screen, it's in this sort of top-down vertical configuration that we don't see anywhere else. It was also clear from the results of my cryptogram wizardry that despite translating the gibberish into words, the language itself remained gibberish. So I figured, it's not the letters that I have wrong, it's the configuration of the words. So instead of translating the words vertically, why don't I translate them horizontally? So I rearranged the order of the gibberish words based on that rotation and pumped them in again at kipkeup.com, and I ended up with this. Remembering that in the FEZ universe they use the same letter for U and V, the whole thing reads, "All right, welcome to the club, enjoy your free hat. I kind of thought maybe this would not work because of your weird head, but everything looks a-okay from over here. Thanks for the hand, you can go home now, it was very nice to meet you." Much better. Using this and the other blocks of language text that are present in your first discussion with the cube, the FEZ alphabet, as far as I could fill it out, looks like this. But now that I've translated the language, I can go through the game knowing that if I come up against another block of text, and I want to spend a bajillion hours hand-placing little white boxes and letters in Paint, then I can read it. I'm just kidding. Paint can die in a fire. The nice thing is now that I know what letters the symbols stand for, I can provide you, dear YouTubers, with puzzles of my own like this. If you solve it, put the answer in the comments. In the meantime, if you thought this video was helpful and or interesting, hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the little bell down there to get notifications for when I upload more helpful and or interesting videos. See you next time!